Hello guys and welcome back to another Xcode video. Now here's the long fabled iPad Air 2020 review. So firstly, before we get this video started, I had this iPad for just about a month now. I've been using it every day as a laptop and I have some review ideas that I need to share. Also, I'll be reviewing the Apple Pencil as well as the Magic Keyboard. So let's get started. Alright, so first on the Apple Pencil, I have a few complaints about it. It's really easy to get dirty, as you can see here. And you can see down here, it's really easy to get dirty, and it's also really easy to scratch, evident by the many marks on it after you chucking it into my bag for a month. But overall, it's one of the best styluses I've ever used, and its response rate is quite high. And as you can see, it's also quite good for taking notes. Hello there. So it's quite good for taking notes. It's accurate and responsive. It can draw shapes. It is quite nice feeling. It is not too big, not too small, not too bulky. And it wirelessly attaches to the side of the iPad with a thud. And you can see up there it says it's charging. Also, it is very smooth on the iPad surface. Many people would prefer it or wouldn't prefer it. It's also got pressure sensing, which is quite nice. So now onto the iPad. This iPad has a USB-C port down here. It's dual speakers down here and here. There is a power button which doubles up as a Touch ID right down there. Two volume buttons right here, no mute button or switch. The display is 10.9 inches. It's just above 1440p. It's not 1080, it's not 4K though. The display goes up to 500 nits. And it's also quite vibrant and color accurate. The battery is satisfactory for a laptop. It can last a whole workday without it dying. It can, after a workday, normally is around 60%, which is quite good. It also stays quite cool even under maximum screen brightness. On the other side of the iPad, you have this beautiful space gray build. It's available in 5 colors: space gray, silver, green, blue, and pink. I chose the space gray because it looks nice and sleek and matches with my iPod. Down here, you have the 3 pins for the smart connector to connect to the Magic Keyboard, which I'll mention later. Over here's a microphone and a 9 megapixel camera that can shoot up to 4K 60 video. Also, here's some iPad branding with the designed in California text. And down here, the volume button and power switches once again. Also, you can see the iPad has really good performance. Here demonstrating Genshin Impact. This is running it at maximum ultra settings, and you can see even though the frame rate is low, it doesn't stutter, and I can still move around freely without any issues whatsoever, and it is quite good overall for performance. Now time to talk about the speakers, so let's do a quick speaker test. This thing does have 2 dual speakers, even though it's for speaker vents. It just has 2. The other 2 are just for decoration, so let's hear it with Scarlet Fire. Can we turn up the sound a bit? Alright, so that does get quite loud. It does have a very strong stereo effect as well because of the dual speakers. It's not distorted at all. It's probably the best speaker I've heard other than my desktop dual speakers over on my PC, but this is the second best speaker I've ever heard. Pretty good. And also no distortion at max volume, which is interesting. Alright, so now let's talk about the keyboard. This keyboard is a full QWERTY design without any function keys. It does have all the numbers. It does have the inverted T arrows, which I love, by the way. Inverted T's are the only way that you can reasonably put arrow keys. You've got return, which is enter if you're a Windows user, shift, delete, which is backspace if you're a Windows user, and caps locks over here that you need to press a bit firmly to get it actually locked. You can't just quickly tap. Well, yeah, you can't just quickly tap it and it won't work. The keyboard itself has a very has a satisfying feel to it. It has quite a hard resistance at the start, and then it just drops down to the bottom without any further travel. It does feel tactile and it does feel defined, which is very good considering that you're that if you're buying the Magic Keyboard, you would use it as a laptop. Also, the trackpad, even though it's lacking in verticalness, it's still very satisfactory for an iPad considering how close the touchscreen is. I wouldn't consider you using the touchpad too much. Overall, this keyboard is a very good accessory for the iPad, and I think it just brings the whole iPad together. Alright, so let's talk about using it as a laptop. So now, first of all, the display is satisfactory and large enough to use as a laptop. On Safari, by default, it loads desktop websites, so you can see I have desktop Google right now open. I'm not sure for other browsers how they set it like that, but I know for Safari they says desktop. You can have multiple tabs as well as Safari. The trackpad's swipe gestures are all quite efficient and can be quickly tossed around, and you can quickly toss around the screen and fly around the UI with only a few taps. Apple has put a lot of effort into this, making this iPad a true desktop experience. Now, most people would be concerned of what apps, what software you can run on this thing, and basically that's nothing. You can check your mail, you can check your messages. It's basically a MacBook, although you can't code Arduinos, which is quite disappointing. But it is essentially a lightweight laptop that you can do anything on. Very sick indeed. Now, video editing, I've been actually editing the Apple Watch SE unboxing on this. I know it says review, I just don't know how to spell. It's very good at that as well. It has quite a bright screen, which means that you can use it in all types of environments. It also makes a lot of sense to use as a laptop. My only gripe about this is that it doesn't have proper like free floating tabs multitasking. I'll show you what multitasking looks like. So you can see here's my Safari open. I can swipe this to the left via the three little buttons and open up another tab. I can search up like Bob. And that'll be it. So yep, that's multitasking for you. I mean, it's still quite good. You can also hit the button bar hard and open up a third tab. Cooperate. Okay, yeah, it's gone now. Yeah, so you can just go back to where you came from. Open up a third bar. Yep, just get out. Yeah, it's not working. Yeah, that doesn't want to work, right? But overall, very good. Very efficient as well for multitasking. And it's not only Safari, you can open multiple instances of any other app. So let's say let's have my Bob tab open again. And let's say I want to listen to some music, so I just can click on music. And there's Older Queen. So that's it. Overall, thanks for watching. This thing I would recommend if you want to learn a new operating system to have the benefit of a lightweight laptop that you can carry around with anywhere at any time to do anything with. I would highly recommend this if you are eager to learn a new operating system, or if that doesn't really bother you. This configuration does cost 1,800 Australian dollars. Was the keyboard, the 256GB iPad, and the Apple Pencil 2nd generation. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.